You become untouchable because you can't be bought. You can't be owned anymore with sex or lust or female attraction or female energy. You see, most guys can be owned by that. I don't care what they say. You get the right girl and she does the right thing at the right time, you're done. This whole society is just obsessed with sex. Sex is so overrated. Those of you that have had sex now, a few times or enough, like, is it really that big a deal? Like, what, do fireworks shoot off and what's the big deal? It's in the mind. It's the mind. And this is a core root issue that keeps people, you can say, from not escaping the matrix. What does that mean? It means you're not awakening to your true nature. You believe so deeply in this creation and in this body, in your instincts, and that's like all they know. And that's the difference between a master and somebody who's, even master, like these words, sometimes they cause trouble. This is the difference between somebody who really has realized, you can say, their true nature. Some call that a master because they know who they are beyond the bodily level, beyond instinctual level, beyond the level of emotions and mind and all these desires. Like, they've somehow, grace touched them, and at some point in their life they begin to contemplate and introspect and say, wait a minute, like, is this all I am? Just a bundle of emotions and desires and attachments and instincts, and I just keep chasing the girls? Oh, I gotta chase the girl. In a higher age, a real man, he can't chase the girl. It's not in the masculine nature to chase the girl. He can't do it. He's not trying to be alpha male about it. Like, nah, man, I gotta chase this hoe. No, it's not in his nature to do that. He can appreciate the girl. He can see the woman and he appreciates like the divine creation of a girl. He's happy that the planet's not full of men, that's for sure. But he can also appreciate the ocean or nature or a painting. It's not like, whoa, it's a girl, I need to like get the girl. And see, girls know that and they capitalize on that. And that's how guys get worked. Guys will spend several years or even decades or their whole life in a contract with the girl because of the sexual instinct. They'll waste their whole life. Now, I'm not against marriage and I'm not against girlfriends. I'm against compromise. If a girl's supposed to come to you, then the universe will send her to you. And those who haven't had sex and you really want to know what it's like, just go to a massage parlor or something. And then, you're just like, okay, I might rather just do it myself, It's just not this is what makes you untouchable, though, in the sense that when you're free of the sexual instinct and lust, you start to see how much energy and attention was going into those thought streams. There's some people, my previous self, this was just dominated my world. When I'm alone, I'm somehow thinking about, some fantasies or what this girl, I have a list of girls. Okay, this one, I don't know. This, I'm going outside. I'm looking to see, can I get some new girls to my list? Who thinks I'm, who's interested in me? Who thinks I'm handsome? Ah, that felt good. That was a good dopamine hit. Yeah, she smiled at me. That felt good. The reason that semen retention is so powerful is because it's very painful too for some people at the beginning. When we stop as best as we can, you can't be perfect at this, by the way. I keep trying to say that. When you stop indulging in these thoughts and desires that the instinct creates, because the instinct has become excessive, it's like gone wild. So when you check that and you stop that, all of your insecurities, inadequacies, all that stuff's gonna come up. And then the mind's it's gonna be working overtime to try to get you to go back into this, into the sexual instinct again. It's gonna tell you things like, oh no, now my equipment don't work, and what's gonna happen? If I don't exercise it, it's not gonna work, and then I can't have sex, and they just say all these things. It's all nonsense. I was going to make a video saying, what would you still do semen retention even if it made your penis fall off? I was going to do that. Because the point is, how serious are you about this? And how much of a slave are you to the sexual instinct? Everybody's a slave to it on one level or another. They're just a slave to it. All the alpha males that pretend like they don't care about girls, yeah. You take all the girls off this planet, they're going to be begging God to send them back. Female energy, we need it. It's balancing. But we don't need to be a slave to it. And don't get mad at them like, oh man, she's running game on me, she's manipulating. Well, don't if you're free lust, you're not going to buy into it. You just walk away. You'd be like, yeah, I understand. Not in a condescending, arrogant tone, but you just understand. You understand everyone's a slave for the most part. That's why I'm talking to a very select group of people on this channel. I'm not trying to reach the mainstream. I can't help them, and they don't understand me anyway. And then they misunderstand. And then they start saying nonsense, making it like something wrong with me. I said, okay, that's cool. So I'm talking to those people who you're like on the cusp of like, hey, your deeper intelligence and wisdom is activated in you, and you know this stuff, but it's just the inertia and the conditioning that the whole society projects. It's kind of making things rough. So this is a little encouragement to be one with this truth that you already know. That's the purpose of me making the videos. But just look how it dominates everything. You can't. No one says don't worry about sex. No, they're trying to find a way to enjoy it. Medical board and the science and everybody, they're like, look. So sex is super healthy. You have to do it. And so here's how you do it. And then they list all the benefits of sex, and it does this and that. Yeah, go have sex and see if it does all that. How big of a deal is it? It's not a big deal. It's the anticipation about sex. It's the fantasy about sex. This is what makes it a big deal. This conditioning even bleeds through into the spiritual realm, the yoga and all that. So then they create these concepts like Tantra and Kama Sutra, and you can't get away from it. It's like everywhere. It's like, no, you can't take sex off the table. You got to do it. Here's how you do it. So I'm saying, if you're free of that, don't you think you're going to be, you can use the word untouchable, or you're going to be on a different level. You walk out, nobody can own you. They can't buy you with sex. They can't buy you with money. They can't buy you with, material possessions and prestige and popularity. You've transcended all that. You don't care about that. You found something inside. This is the thing. This is why I made the spiritual channel, because we talk about that for those who are ready. Look at Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda. You read his book if you want. Sometimes you guys ask me, like, which book is good? Autobiography of a Yogi. Some people don't even believe it. They don't even believe the stories. He was doing what so-called miracles all the time, like Jesus. Jesus is not the only one that does miracles. But why? Why could Yogananda do that? I believed he never released, actually. When you preserve, this is the highest tool, semen retention. Disclaimer, I'm not saying like you never can lose a drop. See, people hear this wrong. They think semen retention means you just never lose, you never can ejaculate or have sex again. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you be free of the compulsion to do it. All right, that's the key. I want to put that in bold print. You're free of the compulsion to do it. If you have a wife or a girlfriend, yeah, you can have sex. But I feel like if you're really in the height of your being, you're going to be doing it more for them than for you. You're doing it because you want to enjoy her, you want to give her pleasure or whatever, that's fine. But you want to be free of this habit. You want to be free of lust. So Yogananda, I feel he was free of that because of good karma. I feel like he was an awakened being in previous lives. He was like what you can call an avatar. He incarnated on this in this life already awake. And so he just knew these things. And when you preserve, that's where all your power is. So miracles and stuff, it becomes automatic. Intuition becomes automatic. Reading people's vibration and energy, it's all automatic. It's not a big, it's a miracle because it's not normal. It's like before, somebody driving a Lamborghini some years ago, that was like a big deal. Whoa. But if everybody's driving a Lamborghini, like, What difference does it make? But here's the main thing. Yogananda was doing that for God, you can say. He was preserving his energy because then he could commune with this spirit inside him easier. If you're doing it for those reasons, I'm telling you, forces will come and aid you in this process you're in. But if we're doing it, and this is why most of us are doing it, and it's okay, it's part of the process. We're doing semen retention, we're doing yoga and meditation, we're trying to be spiritual. We're doing all these things for the wrong reasons. Ego is having us do it for like vanity reasons. Oh, if I do this, then I'm gonna be attractive, I'm gonna be super spiritual looking, then I'll get more girls. You see, it's all about the girls. Or if a girl, it's about the guy, you know. I want to attract a good guy who has a bunch of money and all this stuff. We have to overcome this identity with this little human form and also this creation that we're in. We have to realize there's something beyond all that. The Matrix is a good movie. It tries to depict that. We have this potential inside of us, but not everybody has the capacity. We have to grow into that. It takes some time. Law of evolution. You can't just say, yeah, this makes sense, I'm gonna do it right now. You gotta go through the grind a little bit. So hold space for yourself and allow this process to happen. But I'm telling you, when you're free of lust and this over compelling desire to have sex, you won, man. Everything else just takes care of itself from there because you have clarity, you have wisdom. Your energy and power is concentrated now. So now it can open up channels in you that are normally dormant and shut. Things just start, it happens automatically. You don't have to like do some technique to get it. These techniques don't work. The only reason to do techniques is to see they don't work. All right, I'll see you.